when the day comes, and may Allah make me and you and each and every one of us of those who will witness this day, when the day comes and the hisab is finished and the tests and trials and tribulations are done, the righteous will be moved in their hordes towards Jannah. قال تعالى وسيق الذين اتقوا ربهم إلى الجنة زمرا. And those who are Allah conscious, those who lived aware of Allah Rabbul Izzah, will be moved in their hordes towards Jannah, in their groups towards Jannah. And when you look at them, you will see on their faces happiness. وجوه يومئذ مسفرة ضاحكة مستبشرة. Faces that today are radiant, glowing with happiness, happy of the glad tiding that is to come. Alhamdulillah, Qiyamah is finished. Alhamdulillah, Hisab is done. Alhamdulillah, my book is given in the right. Alhamdulillah, I am at the doors of Jannah. Hatta إذا جاءوها, until they reach the precipice of Jannah. And they imagine majestic gates, huge, but the gates are closed. You will arrive in front of it, and the Rasul will move forward to ask for the gates to be open. So the Khazan says, Man ant? Who are you? So he says, Muhammad Rasulullah. Ah, what an honor that you're of his nation. So the angel says, in the hadith is sahih, ala shart al-Bukhari, and classified by Albani rahimahullah ta'ala. So the angel says, Bika umirt, I was ordered for you that I would not open this gate to any before you. So imagine now the gates of Jannah open, and you will see inside it what the hadith Qudsi says, ما لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ولا خطر على قلب بشر. What no eye has ever seen, what no ear has ever heard, nor has it ever occurred on the imagination of man. The Jannah, Ibn al-Qayyim lillahi darruh describes it from the ahadith. Says, فإن سألت عن أرضها وتربتها فهي المسك والزعفران. If you ask about its soil and its sand, it is the sensation of misk and saffron. وإن سألت عن سقفها فهو عرش الرحمن. And if you ask about its ceiling, it is the throne of the beneficent. وإن سألت عن ملاطها فهو المسك الأزفر وإن سألت عن حسبائها فهو اللؤلؤ والجوهر. If you were to ask about its cement, it is purified misk. If you were to ask of its stones and pebbles, it is jewels, emeralds and rubies. Can you imagine? You go to a jewelry shop, you look at a ring and it says $10,000. It's just a little stone, and Jannah is filled with it. And وَإِن سَأَلْتَ عَنْ بِنَائِهَا, if you were to ask of its buildings, لَبِنَةٌ مِّن فِضَّةٍ وَلَبِنَةٌ مِّن ذَهَبٍ لَا مِنَ الْحَطَبِ وَخَشَبٍ وَإِن سَأَلْتَ عَنْ أَشْجَارِهَا فَمَا فِيهَا مِن شَجَرَةٍ إِلَّا وَسَاقُهَا مِن ذَهَبٍ. And if you were to ask of its buildings, a brick of silver and a brick of gold, not wood and clay. And if you were to ask of its trees, there's not a tree in Jannah except that its trunk is pure gold. And the shade that would last the rider 100 years under. So imagine you've just entered, and Subhan al-Khaliq, what a place. The scent, the perfume, the elegance. And as you're seeing it, but you haven't entered. And as you enter, the angels say, Salamun alaykum tibtum fadkhuluha khalidin. Peace be unto you. You did well. Enter it for eternity. And as you enter, وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ يَدْخُلُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ بَابٍ سَلَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ بِمَا صَبَرْتُمْ فَنِعْمَ عُقْبَى الدَّارِ. The angels will come from left, right, and every door, not to shout, but to call nicely next to your ear. Peace be unto you. You did good. You are patient. Enjoy for eternity. Now you're in Jannah. my time is very limited, so I will race through this. And you will go to the houses in Jannah. A hadith of the Prophet, the Rasul says, I just want to give little snippets. The Rasul says, Dakhaltul Jannah, I entered Jannah. And what an honor that your Prophet has seen it. He says, Dakhaltul Jannah, I entered Jannah. فَإِذَا أَنَا بِقَصْرٍ مِّن ذَهَبٍ. In front of me came a palace of pure gold. Can you imagine? Dazzling gold, walls of gold, pillars of gold, paving gold, bedding gold, you know. So the Prophet is dazzled by it. So he goes, Liman hada? Whose palace is this? So in one of the ahadith, they say, لِرَجُلٍ مِّنَ الْعَرَبِ, to a man of the Arabs. The other one is لِفَتًا مِّن قُرَيْشٍ, but to one of the men of the Arabs. So the Rasul says, I am from the Arabs. Who? So they said, a man from the Quraysh. So the Rasul says, I am from the Quraysh. So they said, someone from the Ummah of Muhammad. He said, I am Muhammad. Who is it? So they said, Umar ibn al-Khattab. This is the palace of Umar. In another hadith, it says, Liman hada? It says, Lafatam min Quraysh. It belongs to one of the youngsters of the Quraysh. So the Rasul says, فَظَنَنْتُ أَنِّي أَنَا هُ. I thought I am it. You know, talking about the sons of the Quraysh, I am the prince of Quraysh. So obviously it is mine. So who says, Liman man huwa? Who is it? It is Umar ibn al-Khattab. So the Rasul says, I wanted to enter it, فَتَذَكَّرْتُ غَيْرَتَكَ. I remembered your sense of honor with regards to your family and your women, so I stayed out, Ya Umar. Umar is sitting, فَبَكَى Umar, he started to cry. He says, أَوَمِنْكَ أَغَارُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. O Rasul of Allah, will I have ghira with regards to my women when it's concerning you? Our mother, Khadija Kubra radiyallahu anha, she's coming one day carrying food for the Rasul. Jibreel comes from above the seventh heavens, telling him, O Prophet of Allah, Khadija is about to enter. She's carrying food for you. And look at the honor and the status of this lady. Allah Rabbul Izzah has sent Jibreel from above the seven heavens to do what? Go to Muhammad, tell him that Allah has sent salam, his person, to Khadija Kubra. Aqri'ha salam, tell her Allah says salam ya Khadija. So Jibreel comes. You know, Ya Muhammad, aqri'ha salam, tell her salam, mir rabbiha, from her Lord. And then Jibreel says, wa minni, and tell her salam from me too. And then, wa bashirha bi baytin fil jannah min qasab, and give her the glad tidings of a house in Jannah made from a single pearl. والقصب في اللغة يعني اللؤلؤ مجوفة, an unadulterated pearl, perfect. Can you imagine, like a little pearl is a lot of money. A palace is made of pearl. So this is the abodes of Jannah. And you know, there's so much to talk about, but my time is excessively limited. So you enjoy the whole of Jannah. Imagine you will sit on necks of birds and point to that place, and that bird will fly like in Harry Potter's movie. It will go straight there to that side, and then you'll go maybe, no, that side, it will fly to that side. Can you imagine the joy in Jannah? All of that is one thing. And then an amazing day comes. You're in Jannah, enjoying the beauty of Jannah, and Jannah is beautiful. Subhanallah, everything in Jannah is beautiful. You know, some of you will look at your life partners and think, you know, this is a bit ordinary, you know. In Jannah,